Yes, looking forward to two big challenges having Missouri here on Tuesday and at Alabama on Saturday. And thought we came off of one of our better performances this weekend against a Vanderbilt team who had just come off of a big win versus Missouri as well, and shoot the ball well. So we're hopeful that this week we can remain that confident team and really continue to improve as we take on two really good teams.
Our first question's from Randy Rosetta of the New Orleans Times-Picayune.
Hey, Johnny, how you doing?
Hey, Randy.
As much as it may have an impact for you and the coaches to talk to guys about coming out aggressive and being physical, how much more of an impact does it have, do you think, when they see a guy like Johnny come out? You know, he's a star player, a big guy, and he comes out and plays like he did against Vanderbilt at the start.
Well, Johnny's one of our leaders and a very impactful player, the way that he really finished the season off last year. Our guys certainly have done a tremendous job and hopefully rallying around him. And when he came out the other night, or when he's playing well, we're a much better basketball team. And Johnny on the offensive end of the floor create or requires a lot of attention. And when that happens, our guys are able to feed off of him because of what people try to do defensively. And on the defensive end, Johnny certainly can control that paint area because of the size, strength that he has, and his ability to rebound the basketball. And when he's doing those things at a great level, we're a much better basketball team.
And second thing, 3 games now, Jarrell's come off the bench, and each game he's contributed something a little bit different, a little bit more. How comfortable do you think he is in that role, and how comfortable are you now moving forward with him continuing to come off the bench?
Well, I think Jarrell's a tremendous basketball player and even a better person. And for a guy with the type of accolades that he had coming out of high school, to accept a role like that for the team and not getting caught up in whether he's starting or not, I think says a lot about him. That's not a role that he may be relegated to, throughout the season. But we've had to make some adjustments. It's been good for us. He's played well through it, and that's one of those things that are comforting, knowing that you have a guy like that that's not caught up in him, but he's more caught up in our basketball team.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Next question is from Dave Matter of the St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
Johnny, what kind of impact has Jordan made on your team, and just how you can go about having a game plan with another big inside and a guy that, as a freshman, seems to be really productive?
Jordan's really shown great signs of maturity. Really been a freshman. And just like Johnny, he's really impacted the game for us. Tremendous shot blocker, great rebounder, anticipates well, talks on the defensive end of the floor for us. He's one of those guys you can't speed up on the offensive end. He's very patient in terms of what he does. And so he's been really solid for us and really made a huge impact. And he's one of those guys that we count on. And we certainly don't look at him as a freshman because a lot of times he doesn't make the so-called freshman mistakes that's out there, Joe, and he's been doing that for us all year long.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Up is Todd Palmer of the Kansas City Star.
Hey, Coach. I was just curious. Missouri's got those big guards. How do you feel like you match up with Clarkson and Brown and Ross along the perimeter, or what do you need to do to kind of negate their length?
They're tremendous talent, all three of those guys. And when you have guard play like that and guys averaging double figures, 18, and 13, it's certainly a real difficult matchup. You just want to try and contain and hopefully can stay in front of them. And they're tough to really stop. But you want to be hopeful that you can hopefully get them out of their rhythm, make them play up over top of you instead of by you. But they rely a lot on their scoring ability, and rightfully so because they shoot a high percentage. excellent getting into the paint, can stretch your defense, shooting the three as well. So it's definitely a tough matchup, and our guys certainly going to have to be ready to go out there and exhaust everything they have to try and defend them on the perimeter on Tuesday.
And on the other side of the ball, when you see them hold Alabama to 17 points in the second half, and the job they did on Relaford, that's got to be an eye opener, right?
Oh, certainly. I mean, they're a very good defensive team. They're very physical. They're strong. A great deal of quickness, and they certainly came back and played really well against a very good Alabama basketball team. That Relaford's one of the best guards in our league, and certainly can play. And they did an excellent job in terms of defending him, and they have that capability. And not only on the offensive end of the floor, but very capable of stopping you on the defensive end as well.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Up is Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Hey, Coach. How you doing today?
Hi, Bob. Great, thanks.
After playing Tennessee, I was wondering what your take was on their rebounding. I guess they're leading the league in rebounding margin by quite a bit.
I love Tennessee's basketball team. I think they've got the two big guys, besides Stokes and Maben, who are definitely forces, and a great deal of size and strength in there as well. And their guards can really get there and get to the loose balls, long rebounds, and mix it up in there. But I think anytime you have guys of that physical nature inside that can block out, great hands, and have a knack for rebounding, some great things are going to happen for you. And I think both of those guys take a great deal of pride in rebounding, and that's something that you want to do. It's that tough man work, and both of those guys pride themselves in that.
How's Maimon look coming back off the injury to you?
Well, I think a lot of people were more concerned about, I guess, his lift, how high he's jumping, and I guess that's been a little bit of a problem, I guess, for him. But the good thing about him, he's a good basketball player. He just didn't rely on his athleticism and his jumping ability, but he understands how to play, position himself to block out, and he's done a tremendous job coming back, and his injury hadn't hindered him at all.